What is up? I'll tell you what's up. Glitchless routing. That's what's up. So let me open that shit. How you doing?
Into that darkness peering, long I stood there,
Alright.
wondering, fearing, doubting.
Yeah, camera looks fine. The guitar is outside of the frame. Can I change that? Barely.
Nintendo.
It's alright.
You too will come to understand.
Alright.
As I have.
Where was I? Peter and Roberto. I did some digging offline. I might go into some of that, like, again. I guess Lindsey. To be sure about everything on Lindsey. Yo, hello, Ñoño. There was nothing good to watch. I see. It happens. Can't believe I'm better than Netflix and stuff like that. Alright, I already, like, I kinda did max offline. I think I got most of it covered. Kareem is one recovery. Yeah, Lindsey is more complicated. Nah, there's a lot of good shit on Netflix. Like, especially now, those fuckers are getting more and more IPs. I don't know if it's correct to say IP for that, but it works. They're getting like animes. Like every time I open Netflix, there's something new that they just got. Like something old, let's say. The other day, just Yu-Gi-Oh! Fucking pop out in the feed. Like, what? You have Yu-Gi-Oh? I am not watching that shit again, though. I have good memories of it, but actually watch it kinda for the second time some years ago. Like, I don't know, 5 years ago maybe? And God, it's so bad. Like, it's not bad, but it's a product of its time. A little bit too much. It's so over the top. And everyone cheats so much. It's crazy. They make up rules every single chapter. I remember even trying to use some of those rules when I was young. I'm playing with some people on my school. Oh, that was good times. I probably scam a lot of people that way. IP is correct. They're doing a lot of original series. Yeah, actually, they're doing a lot of game series, aren't they? There was a Castlevania one. And I think there was one great IP I saw the other day. Was it on E3 maybe even? What was it? Can't remember. Oh, holy shit. It was, I was like kind of excited about it, but now I forgot. Dynasty Warriors. Really damn good. I've heard a lot of good stuff. It is faster to explode that trapper before grabbing the bracelet? Not necessarily. It really depends. The thing about the trapper is more of a taste thing, which one you're doing first. Now, the thing about grabbing the bracelet first is this better menu. Like, it's one scroll less. That's about it. Like, right here, I don't need to... I have the necklace on the first lot. Because I grabbed the bracelet first. And that doesn't change the bracelet here. So that's about it. Apart from that, it's mostly a taste thing. Alright, so here is the important part. Depending on what happens here is the amount of recoveries I need to do. There's a lot of reaction here, like reacting to how much sanity I have. I want to keep over 50 at all times. So... worst case scenario, I have 66. Which I think it's the absolute worst case scenario. I usually get him to explode after grabbing the bracelet on the way to the necklace. I mean, if it doesn't explode... I don't know. I think the important part is that you need to time your movement. You either want an early explosion like the one I had, more or less, which is not the best, but it works, or a very late explosion, which is you get the bracelet and make it explode later, so you go for the necklace. That one's optimal because you don't lose time. If you see you won't get any of those, like a mid explosion, let's call it, you should just shoot it. Because then you're gonna waste time, like I did, kinda. Right here. The idea is to never wait for the attack to disappear. So yeah, usually a late one is like the best, but... the 66... 66 is alright. I believe it's just fine. Or it's 67, I don't remember. Yeah, it's just fine. The limit, it's like 64 maybe. Or 63. It's probably 3, yeah. Okay, so that's just fine. Worst case scenario, I get a Rico here. I cannot wait for the next one because then it's low sanity. Now, better scenario, it's only 1 damage. Then I can move this Rico to after the zombie and before the horror, because it helps for stamina. Or do I just do it here? Let's see. 6,000. Okay, here seems fine. Like it's the same result. So I guess I fix it Reco here. And then the bad scenario is 2 Recos in this room. Let me get that bad scenario. This is not the worst scenario. The worst scenario is like 3 damage, 1 more than this. For the 66. This is the middle scenario, which happens a lot. The absolute worst scenario barely ever happens. For all of them, see you. Let's roll for the worst one. And that's Bleeding Walls, of course. And then here, 87, We Are the Horror. I don't remember. Look at me, 62. Okay, that's an explosion. Yeah, okay. So, worst case scenario, I should do another recovery here. Ideally, I want to skip this damage, but in case I don't get it like that, that's two bad scenarios. But I'm still on 93, so that's still pretty good. And of course, if I don't have explosion, which I can check on Kareem, and I should. And yeah, I should absolutely check that, like the old days. I can just like throw all these and don't do anything of this. Just do tutorial recoveries. Which is kind of a big time save. Might check that later. Now I can still do tutorials because of the high sanity. Then I'm probably gonna need another one here. Cool. Nine. And then another one at the beginning of the next room, which helps for stamina. And then sneak a little bit, and that makes up for a thing. Billy, thank you for the contribution. And welcome to stream. That's 100 sanity. And I think this might be the last one I need. Like, do I even need this one? The thing is, oh yeah, the important part thing is I have more than 50 for the, to avoid the sanity effect. That is the important part. Everything else is secondary. The second reason is not going low health, because that's low. But with this amount of sanity, it should be alright.
Remember me, Alex. This can't be happening.
So here, for instance, I could choose to do this. And I think, yeah. So that's up to my judgment, whether, like, which recovery I do here, depending on how I see my sanity. If it's too low, I mean, like how much? Let's see, 90. These are 10-10. Yeah, so that's 70, and then this one is... this is 40. 40, and the limit is 64. So 64 minus 40, that's 24. Ah, yeah, 24 is low sanity. Okay. So it could happen if I'm too close to middle sanity. And middle sanity looks like this. So if sanity is around there, which I need to pay attention to, this right here needs to be a sanity recovery. And so that's just over low sanity. So now effect here. Cool. Alright. Yeah, this health is totally fine. Alright, what about no explosion? Where is this? Okay. So the thing about explosion, if you don't get explosion in green, then you also won't get it on max, because you won't see a single sanity effect on max. That's the only way to activate explosion. It randomly activates every time you see, every time a sanity effect is, it's on the address. So this is a late trapper. That's the ideal trapper you want, by the way. So no explosion on Max. Then that also means no explosion on Lindsey until your first sanity effects wears out. Or rather, until you see the first sanity effect that is not bleeding walls. And so that means no explosion until bleeding walls finish. And that is a whole lot of time. And even after that, you know, you get bleeding walls. Then the next one you're gonna get is Edward goes cinematic, and that gives you another minute without effects. And actually bleeding walls can activate explosion, but the thing is you get rid of it. To activate explosion or not, randomly, you need bleeding walls to finish normally, if I remember correctly. Okay, I actually want damage. Give me damage. That's good. Because I want worst case scenario. Since I won't be recovering any sanity here. I'm gonna be recovering a lot of health though, so should be alright. That's the proof of concept. Can I do it with just health? Why is that a... Why is that an Oya? Trying to do hallway skip here. Okay, you know what? Look at me. Thanks. Okay. Stamina is looking alright. I can do a recovery here. Not on the cutscene, but after it. And so, no explosion yet. Oh, come on. You know, that's actually better. I'm testing with this with several damage. Now, the bad part about this is I'll see this one. But this one's fine, because I can just skip it. Oh, I guess I can cast a record here. I'll be faster. I think the skip is reasonably faster. It does take some time. Recovery might just be faster, honestly. So yeah, I'm actually still recovering sanity. Just need to react in a different way. Because explosion is not activating yet. Come on. So explosion is a flag. Whether it will happen or not, that's what we call explosion being activated. And so when it's not activated, when you do recoveries, it won't trigger explosion. Which means also you cannot use it for manips. And to activate it, it is randomly activated every time you finish like when is it exactly? I always forget exactly when it is, but I think it is when a sanity effect is like completed.
Remember me, Alex.
Like you fully see one sanity effect. And you don't actually need to see it. By see it, I mean it completes its cycle on the variable, something like that. On like, so for instance on Kareem, you're gonna see on the variable a couple of sanity effects. Usually it's like 2, I think. So one is like right after the horror if you're fast. Regardless of that not triggering or not, that might activate explosion randomly. I want to believe it's a 50-50, but I actually don't know. But let's say it's a 50-50. So you toss a coin after the horror, and that will either give you the flag of explosion happening or not when you do recoveries, okay? Let's say it said no, that you fail the coin toss, so you don't have explosion. Then during the Ramdal fight, there's gonna be another effect activated, depending on your speed. But since the Ramdal cannot get any effects, you won't see it, but it will be on the variable. So that one also has a coin toss of activating explosion. So that's two coin toss. If that one fails too, then explosion is still not activated. And then you go to the end. And I don't remember if there is a third one on the barrier fight. There might be. But you can check right before the barrier fight with the talisman whether you have explosion or not. It's cinematic. Okay. No, it's not considered. I mean, the thing about it's cinematic is it's instant. So it gives you a free minute. So what's going to happen is... No, I just don't do anything. Like, you see it's cinematic. As far as I know, it doesn't activate explosion. No, it cannot activate explosion, as far as I know. Then you get the free minute, and after that free minute, you will get the next effect during Ramdal fight. Or at the end of Ramdal fight. That one can activate it. And so on and so forth. And then on Max there's nothing, and here in Lindsey there's nothing until you worn out Edward Cinematic. So that's Edward Cinematic. Now I have a free minute without effects. And after that free minute, explosion gets activated as soon as, like, the coin toss happens when a new effect is on the variable, whether you see it or not. I don't think I'm gonna be able to show it here because I modified the address manually, but chances are it still shows. I don't know. Does this work? If I do it here. Yeah, that's kind of nice. Now that's not enough. Really, I need 2? You sucker. Seriously? Holy shit. I do need 2. So I guess I'm trading one of the tutorials. If I'm too low here, I'm probably doing 2 Zeldas then. Anything's faster than a fucking 30-second sound effect. Yeah, okay. So very low sanity, no explosion, 2 recoveries at the end. Okay, that's it for Lindsey. What are the assignments? Glitchless. It's just pull, nothing else. Because they have attack already. Okay. So why are we never scared of recovery during Ramdal fight? The one in the third phase? Oh, because the sanity effects are, no matter what, it's impossible to see sanity effects on that room. Some rooms just don't have sanity effects. So even if you have explosion, it won't trigger. Same with the barrier fight. It's actually right here. Let me just check on that. Like I don't know. I don't remember if it shows on the effect, but you don't see it. No, it doesn't even show. It doesn't trigger at all. And so here, for instance, this is like this fight right here, or this save state rather, that I have as this variable. It's only a bit. It's bit number 3, so it's this one. I don't have it, which means the first coin toss was against explosion, the one before or after the horror, or during the horror, depending on where you get it. And then the next one will happen when this gets activated. Now I don't exactly remember if it can, because nothing will trigger here. So how does that work exactly? I don't quite remember. I kind of want to remember, so I'll take my time and just practice this fight to check that. Okay, so it's 2000. The timer is on frames. And you need a minute. That's 3600. Okay, so it's gonna start circling around here. So this is gonna be the first 36, and then it's gonna come back to 31. No, it's coming back to 0. Okay, so usually what happens is it comes to 3100, and it starts circling around again. And so you have about 9 seconds to trigger the effect that is shown, in case it's a bad sanity effect. So for example, you're on 3600, it will put an effect on the address, on the next effect address. So it says string player. So it will put string player as next effect, and then come back to 3100. And then you have 9 seconds to trigger string player. Okay? So basically to enter a room and get that effect. If that happens, it will trigger and the timer goes back to 0. If it doesn't happen, once it reaches 36 again, it will trigger another one. And if it is, so with the ones that are not activated until you enter a room, it will keep circling, okay? Basically giving you this 9-second leverage to trigger a room. And the ones that get activated immediately will reset to 0 immediately. So like volume, for instance, mute, stuff like that. The pause ones also keep circling until you pause. It gives you 9 seconds to pause. Here it resets to 0 because no effects here. So it's like instantly causing an effect that it doesn't exist, or it cannot exist. Oh yeah, I don't even have this shit. Supposed to do this during the rundown part. Yeah, which means no explosion here. So then what's going to happen, I think, is the next one might trigger on the barrier fight. So maybe I have a single coin toss, now that I think about it. Unless you're slow somewhere. We'll see. Yeah. So the next one, it might get activated right before the barrier. It's 2000. I have 1600 to reach the barrier. Alright, so I won't get it on this pause, which is unfortunate. Because this is the pause where I check. This is actually, I'm so glad I did this, because this might explain a lot of things. So there's some scenarios where I checked for explosion, and I saw I didn't have it. So I was thinking, okay, this is fine. I should just do no explosion strats on Lindsey, but then I explode. And I think I know why that's a thing now. Because normally check on this pause. So I like put this, do that. I see 4, okay, no explosion. Then use the tome. But here's the thing, there might be a sanity effect here. Okay, there's still a lot of time. It's like 5 seconds. So there, bleeding walls. It didn't activate explosion, but it could. Now, if I'm here, I'm safe already. So yeah, it seems that if I'm fast enough, I will not see it on this room. And here, I don't think it will go back to 0. Yeah, okay. So that cannot activate explosion. So if you're fast enough, you only have 1 coin toss for explosion. Although it kind of depends on the previous one, I guess. Does it depend? No, because you have Edward's cinematic is fixed. So I think, yeah, if you're fast enough, you have 1 coin toss. Okay, so shrink player, that give me explosion. So if I'm too slow anywhere, like, it would only save to check for explosion, like, right at the end of this room. So that's still 4, so that explosion. Interesting. Now, it shouldn't happen. Like, it should be safe to do it on the other pause. Although, to be fair, I can do it anywhere. Not that big of a deal. Because it's still 2 pauses. Like, the first pause can be Tulwar and Tome. And then I do Talisman somewhere around here. Oh, no. Talisman is first because I don't do another pause. Never mind. Yeah. Yeah, that's the whole point of the 2 pauses. So I can see a Talisman. Otherwise, it's going to be 3 pauses. I mean, no, I do have another one. It's the change equipment thingy. Okay. Now, I can save up... Okay, so here's the thing. If I play good, I only have one coin toss at the beginning. Or not the beginning, but like after the horror. So I could just check there. And then if I play bad, I guess I can check again. Right here. With another talisman. Can I? No, but I cannot check before. Holy shit. I mean, it's gonna be an extra pause regardless. So no. I cannot check during rundown. Never mind. Just skip this thread. Knowing that. So if I'm too slow on the second, like right after rundown or during rundown, I know that this is risky, so I'm either moving the thing and doing an extra pause, or just not checking for it and counting that I do have explosion. Those are my options. There you go. There's so much going on here. Like, I bet a lot of people are confused. That's how it is with this game. This is also why sanity manip is so fucking hard to explain to people. Just happy to be involved. Yeah, thanks. Okay. So then I think I have Paul figure out. Yeah, it's just sanity manips for the most time. Check for bleeding walls. And that's about it. I probably want to check assignments. So first money is around the middle of this. Around there, it's a safe spot. And then I can either keep doing them or hope for a good sanity effect. Any is fine. And here, oh, I'm pretty sure I did zombie, no? I did pull? I did pull. We're not using 5 pull. It should be... Yeah, and then I have an optional scroll if I want. Yeah, those assignments throw me back. Come on. And here really I can waste as much magic as I want. No problem. There's nothing else to do. Yeah. And then this one, right after piano. Is reveal. Then gotta check on Roberto. Yeah. They exist. Yeah, strat works. It's my improvised strat to avoid vision of the zombie. It doesn't always work, but it gives me a better chance than just running straight to the ladder. So if I get it, I get bleeding walls. If I don't, I need to check how the sanity effect behaves. Those zombies here. Yo, sir. I'm gonna glitch to get more magic back from a failed summon than you put in. That kind of looks like the stat refiller, but not losing your HP. Do you know exactly how much magic you're earning, or is it just all the magic? You started on. Hang on, let me put it on here. What is the first spell? I assume he's a trapper, right? Freakus trapper. What's going on here? What is that message? No magic message. Before this. So it's a stat refiller. You're canceling the stat refiller with a no magic message. Is it that? You get back the cost of whatever spell you fail. That was a 75 mana spell. Nice. What, 75? What is 75? Horror? Or attack? Like. No, horror is more. What is that? Horror is like 90. Maybe a Mantorok. No, it is horror. Okay, never mind. Okay. Yeah, no, the Mantorok one. Yeah, I was thinking that does wear the 90. Yeah. Okay. But hang on a second. But then it's the same magic, isn't it? Like, what do you mean you're getting more than you put in? Or did you start with a trapper and then do no magic message with a horror? Okay, so the no magic message is the horror. Okay, okay. So you're transferring the recover, the magic refiller, whatever, from one summon to the other. Kinda. Can you do it the other way around? It's useless, but nice. So it is a transfer then. Nice. So I wasn't sure if it either was that or just recovering all your magic, but yeah, that's kind of cool. Well, the only one that was kind of having problems, like magic problems, was Michael. It doesn't go above 100%. Yeah, yeah, makes sense. I was just asking because he has like exactly 75. Yeah, like Michael has some magic problems, but making horror is a lot of time. That's the problem. But I guess you could do it with shield. Shield is 60. You gain 10. Not bad. Although shield is not assigned yet, but whatever. Can modify that. It's cool though. So I'm taking reveal during Smasher cutscene as a glitch. I think I'll leave that one as a glitch for consistency because I'm not allowing any of the spelling cutscenes. It barely exploded. Yeah, I can just keep going. The reveal is after the Reaper. Because these two fuckers fight each other. So I can do it here. And so the timer will be active here. And this is a room without effects. So that's good. Alright, so bleeding walls works just fine. Now without bleeding walls, there could be some trouble. Where is this? This is here. Okay. Let's say I fail my strat. Oh, I didn't fail it. Let's fail that. Look at me. Okay. Now let's fail it in the correct way, because I want the timer to be correct. There you go. Blood pool. Which one are you trying to combine? You mean with the window? It just doesn't feel right for me to leave that. The revealing window, yeah. Like that really feels like spelling cutscene for me. And besides, it barely saves time. I mean, it does save time, but it's not that much. It's like 3 seconds. You really want to make these no major glitches, don't you? Expected you to move when the reveal is over. I mean, yeah, but you're still like casting stuff. Like, what if I cast a trapper? I don't know if you can, but you might be able to with a pool. Probably not. What else could be? An enchant? What about an enchant? I'll try an enchant now. And we'll decide with that. Be on damage field. So you mean you tested enchant here already? Oh, I don't have a weapon. Sucks. Can't even test it. What else is there? What about no magic message? Is that a moving cutscene or not? Oh, he doesn't move, of course. Yeah, never mind that. On my way for the safe. Or I guess this. I guess it's too short. Not that it does a whole lot. I mean, you with that you get Vibram storage. That's definitely a glitch. It doesn't feel right to me to do spells in a cutscene. Yeah, no, I'm leaving this out. No major glitches. You can put this in. Now the only other one that I'm also like thinking about or not, it's re-enter rooms to cancel spells, which is the Edward one. Number 8 when there's the damage field casted by the Guardian. Is it okay for you to leave the room or not? Basically. Alright. Okay, blood pool. So counter is reset here. Usually blue pool lasts forever, but I think this room is resetting my timer. Or resetting the effect or whatever. Because it usually lasts like a full minute or something. But here the timer went ham immediately. So yeah. Now a full minute from here might be alright. I don't actually know. See. Yeah, it should be alright. Looks fine. Yeah, it looks fine. Okay, so blue pool is fine. And I'm like 200 frames away. So anything that resets on that room or starts counting of that room is fine. Which probably means if I do get a bad one, the timer would reset before. So then I'm probably gonna need a recovery before, like, before the trapper room or so. Or to be safe, I can do it even before that, like, before the zombies. And that covers everything. Like 90% sure that would do it. Footstep. This one might behave just like blood pool. What I love about this one is it triggers immediately. If you pay attention, you can hear it. Yeah, it resets the variable. And then it starts counting immediately, right? Yeah, okay. Let's change the RNG. Target marker. Okay, target marker. That's an interesting one. One resets immediately. Which means maybe I get 3100 here. I don't remember if that's how it works. No, okay. Is this room the 3100? Or maybe is this matcha room entering from another entrance? I'm like almost sure there was a case where it would raise the effect timer. So manips are probably gonna be like from here. You'll have some seconds. There's one manip there. And yeah, I can even like get it clean here. It's just one manip. And then here, if an effect triggers here, it doesn't matter. Like from here, I'm safe. TV shut off would be the worst one. Just want to check on magic.
Isn't really happening.
And then the good old Ouya Trapper. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, his magic seems fine. Yeah, and where do I do manips exactly? I think I can get to like the corridor. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, even with that, so yeah, on the corridor is fine. Is that a empty sanity effect? Okay. And then this Peter. Peter is a weird one. Because I think I need to go so back. Like so much back. Gold strats. Without magic or filler, it's like a 5 shield and 2 green pulls, I think. One's for Bleeding Walls, the other one is for Sanity on the Black Guardian. Oh, I hate Cold Day so much. I already have to do a VRV. So ridiculous. Alright, give me a sec. Wait, what? Artosis versus Charp? I wonder if they met in ladder. Or it was like a show match. Probably on ladder. Checking for a song. Okay, we're gonna go for... What are we gonna go for? I have two classics. I think I chose this one. Avoiding the health drain from start refill. You can make some failed summon strats much faster now. The Paul Monk Bounty cutscene, Anthony fight intro, and Enga intro come to mind. Let's see. Yeah, it could be. I don't know about Enga intro. Enga intro was a weird one because of you need a... That one is the hardest one to time because you need the damage feel. And you know that means you need to put the either the alignment or a manual thing in the timing. So it's always a little bit complicated to time. And there's a chance that one that was like way behind. I don't remember though. It could be on the tricks document. The old timing. The Anthony fight. I guess those two like link together well with magic. Because you kind of need to get out of magic. Oh, but you recover magic. Never mind. Yeah, I mean, if it works, sure. Anyway, BRB. Welcome back. Just Like Heaven, The Cure. Just a classic. I'm not the biggest The Cure fan. Like, I remember I had some friends in school that were really into it, and I was like into other bands that they were into it, like Radiohead or stuff like that. That said, I really like that song. And I actually had to learn that song at some point for a band that I play in back at university. And yeah, there's a bunch of The Cure stuff that I do like. I also haven't given enough time to the band. This is one of those bands that I haven't heard enough, I think. New wave is never something I would choose. Yeah, it's the same thing to me. Like it's something I would passively listen to. Like if it is on the radio, it's like, yeah, great, you know. But I don't usually go to YouTube and type, new wave stuff. All right, so Peter is pain. Peter is big pain. What do I do the other? Shields are... I could do the shields immediately. It doesn't really matter where I do them. I think. Can I do them immediately? Like here? Is this fugger just wait for me? Kinda. I don't know if it can get on the way. If not, I can do it on the basement or something. I guess it might be more safe to do it on the basement. Jesus. The old school pull here. And that gives me just enough sanity for bleeding walls on the first effect. There it is. Then blue trapper. Yo, Shadow, how you doing? Thank you for the good luck. This is actually a category where I need it. And then this is also pain. Okay, so I already fucked up. I'm supposed to do shields before these assignments. Because now I'm gonna get rid of the shields. I guess let's cast shields. Now then I can keep going. No, that's completely off actually. Never mind. I'm cold. Me too. That pretty much tells how I feel all these days. It's been a little bit less cold than the previous week though. Or maybe the previous before that one, I don't remember. We had a week that was like terrible for my taste. Interesting camera. Alright, so now we are fine. Combine. Pull. Reveal. Dispel. I miss horror. Attack. Item. And then we do reveal. Reveal's already there. Why? Oh, it was just a 5. I got confused, probably. So it's reveal, attack, and pull. Come on. Do it. Hang on. Is that you? Me? No. She teased me. She was outside, but not trying to enter my room, but trying to enter the bathroom where my sister was. So I got tricked by my cat. Pando, can you name the runes just by looking at them? Yes. Yes, I can. You can test me. You can put a rune in the chat if you have FFZ. And I'll tell you the name of the rune. Come on. There you go. That's the stuff. But yeah, I don't know if you can see these. For instance. You need to have Franker faces installed. I wish I knew everything. No, actually, you know what? No. No, there's some things you don't want to know on this universe. I wish I know less. Or which I knew like how to whatever. Alright, the pool. I guess I can do it on this room. Does it matter where I do it? I want to do that at as late as possible, but also like I want to get the benefit of it. The one option was like here. I know the room combinations for all the spells we use in the run by now. Nice. The individual rune names, yeah. Yeah, it definitely is on the order of what you learn. Like rune names, you only learn them if you like talk a lot about, let's say, routes and stuff. Like you need to get yourself dirty with the items. And if you only learn the speedrun, you never really do that. Well, I guess you kind of get a little bit of my stream because I talk about them a lot. And it's easier to talk, like, you know, when after you get this rune, for instance. So, like, yeah, remember that strat after Red Gomorrah Max, you know, stuff like that. It's easier to say that than. Well, I guess you can say after the horror. With the 2 lines and a hat. What is that, Netlick? The I used to call that pie because it's like pie. This one, you mean, or not? Is there any other 2 lines and a hat? So for me, when I was young, this was 1. This one was pi. This one is h. This one is n. What else? This one was also H, but it was a different H, you know? Like a fancy H. There was the other pie. The pie with a branch. There was the circle. It's the only one with curves. Then there's the other H. And then there's the 2 last tricky ones, which is this and this. So this one, I just remember it because it was like a lot of lines. And this one was so difficult to me. This one was the hardest Unterbug for me when I was young. And of course, there's the main ones. I do remember the main ones because the Uyauth looks like Uyauth, you know? It's like a jellyfish. Celta has like the mirror thingy, so it's like related. And Chatura is the 4, of course. And then Manturk. Manturk was another difficult one. I think Anturvog and Manturk were the hardest ones for me when I was young. Almost all the others, I was able to draw them, actually. I got some trouble with some, but like Anturvog, I was never able to draw it. And Manturk, I probably can't even draw Manturk right now. That's the one, yeah, that's Netflix. From Summon, because it always remind me of a Mutalisk. This one, yeah, it kinda looks like a Mutalisk, yeah. It does. Yeah, it's a creature, exactly. That makes a lot of sense. And draw 0. I mean, I can draw them from my memory, but I probably will get a lot of them wrong, you know? I will get them good enough so you can recognize them. But I probably get multiple mistakes. And then, like, yeah, I can name all of them, but that's just for speedrun. Because I've been dealing with these names over and over and over. So it's not as much good memory as it is just a lot of studying, I guess, if you want. Okay, so sanity is 30. Magic's 90. I guess I can do it whenever I want. As late as possible is usually better, but... Again, I think I was doing it like here, maybe. Oh, hang on. Now I remember. Yeah, I had an assignment for the... So yeah, this is on door handle. Or binding key. Forgot about that. I guess it can be in binding. Okay, so I need to check that. Alright. Just messing around. There you go. When is that? Reading Peter. Yeah, okay. Alright, let's do it here. And then check. What am I doing? So I need to check if I can do the Ouija pull. On... like on the stairs. Because that's the next pause. I mean, the other one is the zombies, but I don't know if I want to do it there. So here, the cursor will be here. One option is here, but that might be risky. Okay, I do have 19. That feels risky for me. Also, my magic is pretty low, so I guess I... Yeah, no, magic's too low. I guess I'm doing that before then. It's either that or just do manual. Which is like fine, because I do this just once. It's like, it's kind of a ride. Yeah, I might just do it but manually. Let me check. I feel like there's no way this works, but... Yeah, there's zero chance. Unless I do the old strat. The oldest strat. Like that. Yeah, that's enough time, but that one sucked word. I didn't walk enough. Probably gonna fail. Yeah. I had to walk a little bit more. Yeah, I guess I'm doing it manually. Where I normally do it. Although I do have a lot of... Hang on. I still have shields. I can do the pull earlier. The Zelda one is... Let me check that first. So I wonder if the people at Silicon Knights played StarCraft. Because this is the second evidence of StarCraft stuff on this game. The first one being the Hydralisk influence on the Uyad Guardian. And now we have a Mutalisk in one of the runes. Okay, so shields, they need to be before, but I guess... Yeah, I mean, it was a hit. StarCraft was a total hit. And you can even make the argument that StarCraft has a lot of cosmic horror. It has some cosmic horror elements, at least. That's it. Yeah, and like horror in general. There's like space horror, like Alien, big fucking influence on StarCraft. Yeah, maybe even before. Because StarCraft came out on like 98 or 99. I always forget because I get confused with World War. 99. World War is it's like either late 99 or no wait. No 98, 98, never mind. Mac on 99. Yeah, like the 64 version of this game was like for a while. Like I don't really know when they started the 64 version of this game. Yeah. Almost. Alright, this is important. So my second ball will be on this room. Somewhere. I want to do it as late as possible. So it actually helps me. I could do it just there. I don't know how risky that is. So the reveal here is for stamina. So then I'm fully covered on stamina. Okay, this fucker saw me before. It was still alright, but I think it's fine. No, I'm still missing something important. I can even trigger an attack to make it safer. So actually on this pause, I'm supposed to do this. There you go. So now the question is this pool enough? Like, does it give me enough sanity? The answer is probably yes. So then the pool should be around here. There we have one. So like there. This definitely looks like enough shields. But I'm not sure about the magic. We'll see. I think it's just still recover a little bit during the spell, but it's not that much. It should be like 5 actually. So I kind of want to have 120. Maybe I should do it a little bit earlier. Yeah, that's like, no. Absolutely not. Okay, so this is still a problem. Still too early. Either that or I'm wasting just too much magic. And the thing is, if I don't do this pool, I won't have the shields at the end, and then I cannot do what I want to do, which is the quick fight without glitches. Now I might not need this pool for like that much, because I did had a lot of shields. So let's do some here. The Guardian kind of looks like a Protoss Dragoon. Yeah, a little bit. Look at that, even more influences. It's a Dragoon with 3 legs. So fun fact about that trapper right there. Sometimes if you shoot like immediately without moving, I've seen this a bunch where you just fail the shot for some reason. I don't know exactly what it is. Maybe it's like Peter just tries to target nothing, or maybe my guess is that you're pressing target too early, and so you're getting an on-target target attack or something like that. But what does prevent that for me always is moving a tiny bit before targeting. That gives me 100% kill on the trapper. Now, you don't actually need to move. I just input the movement. But I don't, most of the time I don't actually move. It's kind of like attack cancel, where you kind of buffer the movement, but you actually don't move. But the game still thinks you move. Something like that. Yeah, it does have some Zerg-like features. I feel like the one, for me, the one that has the most is Chaturga BG. And I guess Chaturga itself, too. Okay, what about the pool? Yeah, here, it might be already too late. I mean, I definitely want to do it at the beginning or at the end of a room, so I guess, yeah, okay. So here is my guess. Which I think might have been the strat long ago. Three shields. From 5 shields. Not sure. Not completely sure. 120. This is just enough magic. Like just below maximum magic. I'll get maximum magic before the spell finishes. And then I need to circle. Come on. Yeah, and besides, it's not enough. Alright. This means I'm doing the slow strat. I need to go so much back. Like, I need to go back to fucking 2018. Like, late 2018. Yeah, it's just emulator pause. Don't worry about it. No crutches here, because no glitches. Or maybe I froze, like, because I wasn't doing anything on my camera. Makes sense. Oh, this speeder sucks. The more I see these, the more I want to do no major glitches. Fucking no. It's laughing so hard in the background of this stream. I might do it. I really just want, like, I want a decent PV on Glitchless. Like, I already got a good one, but I kind of want one maybe with camera and, like, without trappers at least. Maybe. I giggle at least. Maybe. I mean, you can laugh at the situation. You don't need to laugh at me, you know? Okay, so talking about StarCraft, there's actually, I don't know if you can see it, probably not. Nah, I don't think you can see it. But there's something StarCraft related on my background here. This thing. So, you see this? Oh, it's reversed though, sadly. I guess I can put it here. Why do I have this here? Where's my dolphin here? Instead of me, small me, and big me. This one is in reverse. Yeah, there you go. It's in Spanish though. I mean, the name is in English, but the description is in Spanish. Where's the marine? Here's the marine. There you go, that's the marine. These are StarCraft cards. Not focusing very well. And they have the old art because this was made before remaster. I also have like a background into it. Each race has its own background. And then you get this box. I don't want to put it too much vertical because I fear something might go wrong, because this actually has a lot of things inside. That's, what do we call this? These are coins, but they're counters. No, I guess counter kind of works for different HPs, and like this is a steam pack. Like status ailments, cloak, irradiate, stuff like that. And then here you can see the research. There is an actual StarCraft TCG? No, there is not. There is a tabletop game out there, but it's not related to this. This only exists on my room. So you see what it's behind there, this box right here. That is the box with the cards. This only exists here. Nowhere else, because I made this. I made this smiley face on like 2013 or so. And I designed the game. I took a lot from StarCraft, of course. It's pretty much just translate everything from the actual game to cards. But I made the whole mechanic. Like I poured so many hours into this, like to have everything leveled, and so things wouldn't break. And even today, I'm like doing adjustments, I think, because I kind of come back to it like a week ago, and I actually forgot all the adjustments I've made. So not all the adjustments are here, actually. Some of them are in my brain. But yeah, you get like siege tank, you know. And so it has like this like stats. See here. So you get like what is that? Hang on. Maybe you can see it better without this. There is a card behind, but you don't care about that card. This is a Chilean card of a Chilean trading card game called Mitos y Leyendas, or Myths and Legends. But that's only there to give like to be the body of this card, because these cards are just, you know, like from a printer. So those are like handmade. I print them and then I cut them. So there you can see it better, I guess. Still not focusing very well, but yeah, you have like stats. So there's like ground attack, that's air attack, but it doesn't have any because it's a siege tank. Then there's range, speed, and like population, which tells you like how many of these ones you can get on the same deck. It's not exactly a number that is there, but some number divided by that gives you a number. And then there's the HP right here. That's the health. And then there's a weird description to it. And of course the cost in minerals and gas. And these things move in a grid, kinda. It's fairly similar to StarCraft, but it has a different pace to it, and it's turn-based. And I really just play against myself. Here's a third one. Let's see, a Serling maybe. There you go. And Zerg has a different background, which is taken from the game. What I did is I took 3 different backgrounds from the game and I matched them together. There's like 3 wallpapers from the game, but I modified them on Paint. And then there's the Hydralisk. So it has the profile, of course, right here, and it also has the version of it, like how it looks on the map. Yeah, no, I was all in on this. I usually do that when I like something. So this was actually like an idea long ago I had with some friends. This was on like 7th grade, more or less. Or was it 6? No, I guess 7. Yeah, it's 7th grade. So we were 3 friends that we really liked StarCraft. And so the idea was to make cards about it. Because, you know, cards were like all over the place during that time. So we had Yu-Gi-Oh cards, for instance, you know, stuff like that. So we thought, okay, how about this? We make cards of StarCraft. So each one will make a race. So I had this friend that makes Zerg, another one that make Protoss, and I was doing Terran. And actually, I think I have some pictures of the old ones, but I don't have it on the computer probably. I will need to find the old pages of old notebooks, very old fucking notebooks. Hang on, I'm looking for something here. Give me a second. And so that was on 7th grade. So 7th grade, for you to make an idea, here in Chile, that is, you have about 12 years on 7th grade, more or less. I had 12 years at least. Hang on, I'm looking for the raw image of the last version. Yeah, I guess we can get a battle cruiser. Doesn't have opacity. There you go. So you see, this is made with the old images of StarCraft, because remaster came up later. So yeah, that's some of the stuff, so you can see it better. No, the other camera, that one. There you go. That's the best image I could get from the game. Like the best resolution I could get. And then I took several things from the game and from menus and stuff. Things like that. Like I basically just took screenshots and I cut several parts of the menu of the game to make up for the card itself. Such a nostalgia hit. Yeah, it is. And so the idea was with these friends when I was in 7th grade, but that never finished. Like we never really finished it. It flies, exactly. Yeah, that's what it says. Vuela. So the description is on Spanish. Exactly. And let's see, I can put another one. Put a Zerg. I copy this. But yeah, then what happened later was these two friends. One left the. Oh wait, hang on. I guess this was on 6th grade. So I guess this was 11 years actually. I had. Yeah, because on 6th grade, when we went to 7th, one of them went out of the school to a different school. And then with the other one, we really didn't really continue the thing. Let's see, let's get a Protoss. There you go. Oh, this is a copy of the same. I don't want to copy the same thing. Come on. Duplicated. There you go. And then the other friend also went to another school. So eventually we were all on different schools. And we lose touch. Because we were talking about the Mutalisk. So there it is. There's the Mutalisk. And so the idea was kind of dead. Like, look at this thing. It's not even transparent. It has like white in the background. The Mutalisk, that is. Jesus. And so the idea just died for quite a while. And then many years later, when I was at uni, um, I remember telling another friend, like a friend of university, about this idea, and they told me like, yeah, you should do it, like just do it by yourself or something. And I ended up doing it. And I did all this work and all that, and we actually play a little bit with some friends of the uni. I think about 7 people had played this game, maybe including me. And there was also the idea, like I kind of had the idea of at some point of doing it like online, like play it on a platform or something, because there's some like trading card platforms out there for free, because it has an IP. Like I literally cannot do anything with this unless I take the same mechanics and I just change all the characters, something like that. But yeah, it's too much work. Like I do have all these things, but I would need to modify a lot of stuff. So I ended up just playing with myself, I think. That's what I do to this day. From time to time. Let's see, maybe there's a chance I can find the old notebook. Give me 1 second. Alright, it's not on this one. Find other stuff here. I found a robot. Look at this shit. Look at this fucking robot. This absolute unit of robot. That is from young Pandora. Baby Pandora. Oh, holy shit, it's here. Look at this. So this is from 6th grade. Can barely see it. But it was there. We were like drawing a little bit. This a Terran armory and a Terran factory. At that point, we really didn't design any of the game. We're just making random cards with no. That didn't make any sense, really. Like, at all. I don't think I have more here. We also played StarCraft a couple times on notebooks like this. You might recognize some of these. There's like a nexus, some gateways, a pylon, and like a big fucking defense down here. Like around here. Or just moving stuff and like erasing them and then drawing something else. This is like another base, I think. A whole lot of like photon cannons with a pylon on top of some like an island. You know, very noob stuff. And yeah, like right here, there's a pylon with a gateway, a photon cannon, and a robot facility. And then this is an expansion with minerals and probes. You need to draw additional pylons. Yes. Yes, indeed. There's so much weird stuff on these old notebooks. They have so much. From time to time, I just like go around this and see what I can find. Because you can go like forever on this. Yeah. But yeah, that was fun. Like I remember doing this shit, and we always wanted to like. This was always a dream for me, so like, I kind of fulfill it when I make the actual game. You need help coding it? I mean, it just takes too much. Even if I got the help coding it, I need the images. And I need to do all the things. Because these images as they are right now. There you go. These are single image. Just one single image. If I wanted to put it on a video game or something, I need to make specific images for different parts of it. Like, I need to make sprites basically, and that's a lot of work. And I also need to modify some designs. And yeah, it's just a lot of work. Yeah, don't worry. I'm pretty much finished with showing this though. It's cool. I never really talk about this on the stream. I mean, no, I talk a couple times, but I never really showed this much. I just show some of the random cards. But yeah, maybe one day, like, I don't know how interesting it would be, but I could like do a stream of a match. But I need to figure out a way to put the camera. Like, I know there is some like, I guess I need to watch some like Magic the Gathering tournaments or something to figure out how they put the camera on top. Because I do need a lot of space. The grid it's slightly bigger than other games, I think. It's not that big. It's just I need the space. I could do it at some point. There you go. But yeah, I think it's fine. As long as I don't sell this thing, I think I'm fine. I don't think Blizzard can do anything about it, right? Is that how it works? I'm gonna get a cease and desist. You have to burn all of them. All of them cards. Alright, I guess here. Okay, I'll do the pull manually later. That's what we're gonna do. And we're gonna do the Celta here. Seems to be enough. This also means I can waste all my ammo. Definitely don't want to waste it there, but whatever. No, it's actually bad. Bounty's gonna be on an awful spot. Okay, let's test here. So that looks like pretty much all my shields. Which is good. That's what I want. It seems alright. Like, I guess I could walk a little bit here. I don't know what is better. To walk or to do the other strat. The older strat feels safer. Yeah, that might actually be more time than just walking a little bit before. That is very tight. Two, three, 4, 5, 6. Pool is over. Oh, geez, really? Yeah, I guess that pool is... This fucking game, dude. How do I get so lucky on my run? Yeah, the main problem is the magic damage. Forgot about the magic damage. Like, am I doing this with Oyot shields? Oh fuck. Is that a thing? That is actually a thing. It's weird. But it might work. But yeah, I don't think you can get first phase with this late ball. I mean second. No, first phase. Barely. Yeah, but that's very lucky. That is extremely lucky. Is either that or delay the pool. Which I could. If I do the oldest strat. Let's see. Let's try that. There's 2 cell doubles. And then here. I'm delaying this a lot. Like here. That's not enough. That won't do it. Okay, so it's still a lot of luck. And the pool was over like around there. Now, magic still look fine here. Yeah, I guess it's fine. I can take that. And I might just get unlucky, I guess. Like it's luck based, like the oldest days. That's fine. Oh, I do need to finish this though. Three, 4, 5. Look at that, giving me 5. Best one. But the worst one for glitches. Come on. That shotgun. I do feel like it should be for later. Like, just to get the tiniest better menu. For the enchantment later, but that's about it. It's like barely anything. Oh, I can. Just ignore that. Also, I get the penny immediately. They don't have to worry about that. What? How does that work? That is so weird. That was enemy one hit kill, but I was able to walk a lot. Only this fucker look at me. You know what this means? Because on enemy one hit kill, they put all these big zombies close to the entrance, but I guess some of them spawn upstairs because there's not enough space. And my guess here is only one of them look at you. Only one of them has the possibility of killing you when they look at you. Because the others didn't. The fuck? Oh, I kind of want to trigger that again, but no. What do you mean that's the shotgun? No. Haha, fuck you.
Can't be happening.
Whatever. But at least we know that happens. If you get one hit kill there. And there might be other places. Like there is a similar thing I think on Paul. No, it wasn't the same. I'll try my luck one time. Or maybe a couple times. Locked in room. Zombie. Zombie. Yeah, a lot of zombies. Game reset. Expand. Or locked. Timeline visitation. Step. Helpless. It's not the same. That only triggers in some spots. It's such a weird effect. It's one of the weirdest ones. Has like very specific spots where it happens. I don't really know how it works. Controller. Yeah, there's 3 of them down here. The other ones are up. Come on. 3 more. Okay. Thanks. Okay, maybe it's all of them have to look at you. Oh, that's so weird. Look at that. I still cannot attack because it's this weird effect. And no mental energy. Yeah, I think all of them have to look at you. Look at that. I don't think there's anything interesting I can do here. Okay. It should be without, yeah, just without shotgun.
You are not free to leave this plane.
And then here. Yeah, his assignments are fine. I'm doing a manual reveal on Edward. And then the rest is on, like, the vampire. And that's about it. So that'll be on Edward. Alright. Everyone watching, follow the channel if you are not following the channel yet. I'm gonna get to 500 follows, it seems. What are you doing if you're watching this and you're not following? What? Alright, let's see. I don't know if I have more energy to keep going. It's mostly about I will need another BRB. You know, I've been moving my hands a lot when I talk now. I think it's something I got from a series I'm watching now. Kinda. I do it normally, but now I think I'm doing it even more. Because of this fucking character that does it a lot. But that was actually something that kind of changed on me after my transition, which is like very weird. It's like the last thing you would think it would change. It's just gestures. Follow the channel, but not all the tech. Yeah, it's too much. Even for me, like there's no way I'm remembering all this. A lot of it is throwback to old strats, but a lot of it is also like modern shit, like modern knowledge put in old scenarios, kinda. Like that's why that's probably the main reason why I got the 2/8 the other day without practicing and fairly without glitches, depending on your definition. It's because we're still using like it's still kind of an unfair comparison to my first record or to even to the so I can run, because there's so much more knowledge and experience on current meta. All right. But yeah, like Edward I have fairly mapped out. more or less mapped out. I'll do a pull, a shield, 7 enchant. That one's manual. The reveal is manual too. The dispel, I'm leaving that just out of the picture for now, because I really don't know how to feel about that. So how do you feel about this one? No. Like there's this part on Edward where you enter a room and there is a guardian casting a spell, which is it's a damage field. And no matter what you do, there's no way to cancel it normally. Like if you shoot the guardian or something, or if you do a magical attack, it's not fast enough to cancel the spell. Or it just doesn't cancel for some reason. So then it's not the main Enga Hall, it's another one. It's number 8 or number 9, because those two connect. So it's a different guardian, but it's the same idea of a guardian casting a damage field. And so there's two ways to avoid that. One is watching a cutscene, so that's out of question here, the cinematic unload. But the other one is you enter the room, you leave the room, and then you enter again. And magic, the spell never happened. It's not cancelled, it just disappears. Like there's no cancel runes in the floor or anything. It's just the guardian is not making the spell anymore. And that the only thing that does is it saves you doing a manual 5D spell, basically. You in Glitchless? Nice. What is NME? What is that? No major exploit. Okay. Gotcha. An exploit, yeah. Yeah, I might leave it there then. It just makes my life easier. I'm leaving most of the things that makes my life easier without and still trying to be consistent with some stuff. There's no such thing as a glitchless run. Of course. But the closest thing, you call it glitchless. Yeah, no, it's kind of small. But yeah, I'm probably like kind of just want to get one PV with this, just to call it a day, and like have this thing to throw in the face of people that say, "Oh no, you only play with glitches and all that shit." Like you cannot beat this game this fast without that. And it's just listen, it's throwing me back to old days, so it's a little bit of nostalgia, like 2-year old nostalgia, a little bit of it. And then maybe I might try at like a discussion of I know major glitches, which is fairly similar to this, honestly, but it's more comfortable. It's basically this easier technically. It's easier because the glitches you would allow kind of just make things easier. As long as you ban stuff like zombie hover, warm warp, because those two have frame perfect tricks without freecast. So you ban them like on a specific basis. Like you're not allowed to hover, and you're not allowed to store the sepia effect of the worm, no matter how you get it. Then it's alright. But you get micro filler, which makes the Guardian fight super consistent and like great. Cinematic unload, it could be in or out. Basically makes Enga easier. And I guess Kareem. And trappers. You get a leverage for trappers. And then the moving in cutscene with no magic message stuff is just fun. Like I remember that was like early or mid 2019 where a lot of those, and it's basically it's kind of the same technology used for earn skip. So for example, moving on nurse cutscene on Peter, we had a way to do that before. It's the same way we do with quick Anthony fight. Basically, you get a reload and a no magic message on the entrance, and then you get another no magic message after entering the room, and that allows you to move during a cutscene. So that's how we move on the nurse cutscene without fricas back in the day. No, I know. Yeah, no, I basically say that as a joke. It's more of a point that I want to prove to myself, actually, not to anyone else. Like, I can get a good run without glitches. It's the discussion is not even with people because it's just with me, with myself. If I'm being honest, because I've actually never got a command like that ever. I do joke about that people a lot because of the comments I see on other channels. Like on OT happens all the time, whether it's a troll or not, or like someone actually mean it. You see it all the time, or like on big speedrun channels, like speedrun meta speedrun stuff. You know, like someone insult stuff like that, or Bismuth. It's full of those comments, but I actually never ever had a comment like that on my YouTube, at least. Never ever. Actually, I'm kind of surprised. All the comments that are not transphobic in my YouTube are very nice comments. So leaving that shit aside, which sucks, but everything that is not related to that, it's kind of cool. Like I get people from time to time like, oh yeah, I played this game when I was young and nobody was running it. Thank you for running it. Stuff like that all the time. It's kind of cool. I get a lot of that on Hybrid Heaven, for instance. Because that game doesn't even get like normal gameplay, not just speedrun, but normal gameplay even. No one's playing that game, not even casually. This one, you all at least you see it from time to time. Like I see this game on Twitch almost every day. There's at least one person doing a playthrough. Sounds like YouTube, yeah, yeah. But at least I don't get the other bad part of YouTube, which is the other troll comments. What I hate the most, the comments that actually like get me angry, are the ones that have those two things at the same time. Is fucking people that try to be nice, but they know they're not nice. You know, like transphobic comment and then dot, and then the next line is like, "Hey, pretty good run," you know, stuff like that. Oh god, I hate those. Those are the worst ones. Because you are a prick. You won't change things by being nice after that. Like, come on. What's your problem? And yeah, those happen. Those happen too. But I haven't got any in a while, actually, to be fair. I kind of stopped for a little bit. All right, I'll leave it here, I think. Oh, there's the GIF. There you go. Do you say GIF or GIF? That's the eternal discussion, isn't it? The image, those images that move and animate on a loop. I think GIF is the consensus. I believe. I love this picture. That's just a cat from the neighborhood that looks just like my cat. You're a hard G guy? Do you say GIF? Or not? I know what the hard and what the soft one. It also helps that there's an Arabic word. Gifa, Gifa, Hifa? How do you say that? It means something like garbage. So GIF. This is so hard for me because I read that as GIF in Spanish. The normal J sound. So that's GIF. Yeah, like Johnson. Like Car Johnson. CJ. Interesting. I think I'm gonna start calling them HIF to make everyone angry. Like you would say it on Spanish. As an I HIF. Like not even people here say it like that. Like in great, so it's GIF then. But you don't get the G sound on the J. Or do you? Like where do you get that? Galaxy Brain. With a Y. That's kind of the same sound, isn't it? Like that sound in Spanish is GIF. No, that's totally different. You got. Oh God, I'm so confused. This shouldn't be this confusing. Fucking languages. We just need like there was a language at some point that wanted to be this perfect language where all the phonetics and all everything makes sense. I think it was called Esperanto, which was like a completely artificial language created with that purpose. That said, I think they didn't got it correctly. Like it still has a lot of weird rules because it seems a little bit unavoidable when you do a language. As long as you get a couple people talking, these things will happen eventually, it seems. To talk about this in text, yeah, absolutely. But again, the biggest problem is the problem that since I'm not native English, I don't really have a lot of the intuition of reading the text. Like a lot of people try to do that to help me on the pronouncing part department, but I just get more lost because I don't understand the pronunciation department on English. I do my best. I have a convincing accent, I think. That said, my pronunciation is actually kind of bad. Like I do mistakes all the time. It's just that my accent is convincing enough to fool people. So I got people calling me a New Yorker from time to time even, and I'm like, yeah, sure. That's just because I imitate how people talk from like series and commentators on Smash or on StarCraft. I'm good at that. But God, do I know? Do I don't know? I don't know all the rules. I'm just a good actress. That's it. You would say the exact opposite, really. Your English is very good, but your accent is very apparent. Really? Whoa, I'm like the first person I hear that. Interesting. Okay, I give it to you. Hey, what do I know? Now, the other thing that a lot of people had told me more than that actually is that they cannot identify my accent. Like they think because I have a fairly convincing accent, they think I'm either native or from somewhere, but they cannot pinpoint from where. And that's I think it's because there's not a lot of I guess there's two reasons. One, there's not a lot of Chileans out there speaking English. At least famous, you know? That's one thing. The other thing is the ones that are speaking English out there, I don't think they talk like me or I talk like them for the most part. Because my accent is again, it's from watching like people from series and stuff like that. Like internet or TV series. Yeah, you're not native either. Like, what are you even talking? No, no, get out of here. One day, I kind of want to hear you talk on Hebrew. Hebrew? Hebrew? How do you say Hebrew? I've never said that fucking word in my life. If you're Chilean, but something Latin America. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, you can at least discern Hebrew. It is it is fairly easy to discern, at least between Spanish, like from Spain, and Latin America as a whole. Then getting to the specific Latin Americans, then you need like a little bit more experience hearing them. From an outsider, at least. Because from an insider, they're so fucking different. It's crazy. Like to the point that is sometimes it's a little bit uncomfortable for people to hear other and it's the same language, it's the same Spanish, but like Chileans are especially good at this at like people don't understand us because we talk like trash. It happens all the time. A Hebrew stream? Yeah, I wouldn't. I won't understand a thing of that, but it would be interesting. I don't think I ever listen to any Hebrew. Maybe one time, or maybe like a movie or something. That's about it. I am super unfamiliar with that language, and I think you've listened a couple times. You've heard me talk on Chilean more than Spanish. I've talked on Spanish when I do Spanish marathons. That is my decent Spanish. Like, okay, now I have to talk so everyone will understand. And even then, there's some things I just kind of get rid of. I mean, I can, but the thing is, I don't want to because I like how Chilean sounds. So I could talk on full neutral Spanish, but it just doesn't fit. Yeah, with Chilean time, yeah. Yeah, I was saying a lot of wellness and stuff like that. Yeah. The opportunities to have here are unfortunate. Yeah. Yeah, yes, yes, indeed. It sucks. Well, some of the bands I could talk a little bit on Chilean, but even those, usually when you sing, you tend to go a little bit neutral. But there is some bands here in Chile that they go like full Chilean on what they when they sing, and you don't get shit of what they're saying. All right, now I'm leaving. Probably gonna go and hit Netflix or something to see more of that series I was talking about. I'm not gonna say what's the series. Next time I'll say it. I really hear accents in singing. Yeah. Yeah, there's people tend to not completely use them or to avoid them. Because it also makes easier to make your work public, especially in Latin America. So before I go, last thing. A lot of the most famous Chilean artists in terms of amount of listeners, like pop music or whatever, they got most of their fans on Mexico, for instance. That was like a very common thing. I don't know if it's still today, but at least when I was younger, it was a big thing where a lot of Chilean artists will go to Mexico to be famous. And that would mean they will need to go fully neutral on Spanish. So it was kind of a good thing for artists to do it that way because it's more general public than just Chileans. So yeah, now I can go. Bye bye everyone. Have a good night or day, whatever.